Our next presenter is Mark Strizek, the director of Pulsor Global. Mark holds a Bachelor of Science in Geology and Earth Science from Macquarie University and a postgraduate certificate in Geostatic from Edith Cowan University. Mark has more than 25 years' experience in the resource industry, having worked as a geologist in various gold, base, and technology metal projects. Mark has worked as an executive with management and board responsibilities in exploration, feasibility, finance, development of ready assets across Australia, West Africa, Asia, and Europe. Notable companies in which Mark has worked include Kalgoorlie Consolidated Gold Mines, Mine Resources Australia, Hellman and Schofield, and Mineralogy. Mark was the managing director of Vital Metals Limited from 2011 to 2019 and was the executive director of Tietto Minerals Limited. Please join me in welcoming Mark.
Thank you. Thanks for that. And look, it's great to be here. Thanks to all our friends that have travelled a long way from Africa. Obviously, in particular, Director General Koulibaly and the team from Côte d'Ivoire. Look, I've also, yeah. So look, got some interest, I guess. This is embryonic. This is a brand new baby. I'm really excited to be part of this, working with Dr. Kagan Wong. I first met Kagan at Indaba in 2017 and was privileged to be part of the journey at Tietto, moving from that exploration IPO, growing resources very, very quickly, development, and seeing that first gold bar. It's a really exciting thing to be part of exploration. And in this talk, what I talk about what we're up to. This is a private company. Ink's just dry. I'll talk about what our plans are, but I also wanted to talk about the opportunities for discovery in West Africa, and I've got some slides on that, just drawing out just how an incredible place it is. In particular, I get my experience is in West Africa, but the opportunities that are there and the support you get from a very professional management, geologists, and also from the governmental side. It's always been very great to work together. So one of the things with, I guess we've recently stepped out of Tietto, and we'll talk about, you've seen here a range of projects, the developers, the producers, Richard, West African Resources, we've got Perseus, obviously Tietto, and then I hope you have a look at, you saw the advanced explorers with Peter, and there's also Tabani Phil with a new development opportunity. Look, the key here really is moving very quickly. Time is money, and we're very cognizant of that. And you bring that together, good ground, and I think we'll talk about something we do a little bit differently, and that's self-performing our drilling. And really in this game, and we just heard recently about raising funds and the difficulty, this has been a game changer for what Kagan was able to achieve, what we did in Tietto, and it's really helping guide us here. I think the key as well is trying to fast-track, identify areas where there's extensive artisanal workings. I know that Peter will talk about what he did at Orbis and so forth, and what Kagan did with massive artisanal workings at Abidjan. It really allows you to short-circuit that geological horsepower. Another thing is, I guess the last presenter in terms of the difficulty, I felt, it's been really easy. You can go to areas and stay in hotels. You have Wi-Fi, you have phone connection, you have experienced professionals that can work and make the job so much fun. So let's get on with it. Am I going to get this to work? Maybe just if you could push on to the next slide. I'm not sure if I'm... There we go. So there was a disclaimer. As we said, we're a private company. Just started. There's a lot of interest, what the next thing we're up to. So owned by, and I think this is one of the keys that during the journey that I've had with Kagan as well, is that we try and have participation and ownership and stakeholders from our, directly from our Ivorian partners. I know, Tieto, you've got two local partners that have actual stake in the mine. The government obviously gets a 10% free carry. The royalties, there's an incredible amount of value that's created from exploration and mining. And you've just got to look at WA. So much of the wealth that's generated in Australia comes from mining, and it's a relatively small amount of people, but it punches above its weight. And that's what we're seeing in West Africa, the realisation that exploration creates good jobs at all levels and creates an incredible amount of wealth. So we're here, a new opportunity. We're looking with trying to bring in, we've got a joint venture arrangement started. We've got a board and management that does have a track record of value creation. And we have changed the rules of exploration, broke that cycle by doing our own drilling of running out of money. You get onto something and you just can't really be able to prove it up. You have to drill it. We've got diamond drilling starting in October, so there's going to be a lot of news flow. And we've got a growing exploration portfolio, which I'll talk about, a mixture of a farming agreement, but also pegged ground in our own right. So, destination of choice, West Africa, and you can see there, and I do need to acknowledge some of the sources here from Endeavour Mining and so forth. And I've got a number of slides here, and it really is performed, globally, as we've seen from a number of the presenters before. This is a place you go to make discoveries, and you go to create wealth for your shareholders and also for the country and the people that you're working in. You can see their exploration. I mean, just look how much the discoveries have been made over 10 years. It just stands head and shoulders above the rest of the world. Permitting, we were able to move very quickly, and we've had direct experience with Tieto and having the support of government that allowed this company, Tieto, move very quickly to development. And that reduces its, that exposure, that time, cost of money. You've got to move very quickly in this game. Construction, you've got skilled workforce, you've got very clear timelines to be able to develop, so it takes a lot of the risk away. And production, we've got some slides on there just showing, what a great area this is to work in. So we've had direct experience, 274 million. I just looked at Australian dollars to develop the project at Tieto. That's come online, and that's what you can see here in West Africa. And we've heard from, obviously, Richard and the team from Perseus, obviously the Endeavour crowd in West Africa. You can develop projects here, and you contrast that with Western Australia, and you just saw recently Liontown and so on, the cost blowouts, Lynas and so forth. It's a great jurisdiction to be in Western Australia, but the costs are very, very expensive, where in West Africa you can go and these projects, you can deliver them on time and on budget. And that's just another little slide there just showing the time frame. Very proud to say that the team that we're able to pull together for Tieto, we're able to do that in less than a year, just under 12 months, from breaking ground to producing gold bars. I think it's an incredible achievement, and that's what you can see. So working collaboratively with the governments, the stakeholders, we're able to take our investment monies and know that you're not really going to be seeing the risks of cost blowout and so forth and time delay, which again, it's money. So production, I mean, look at that, how quickly it's grown there over the time to being 80% of production increase over 10 years. And you've got majors that are involved in there. So, look, it's a great place to do business. Our goal with this new opportunity is to become a gold miner. We've got a very aggressive pathway, and we're moving very, very quickly. Because, you look at that there, this is what is available for explorers that are willing to come and work together with the governments and the people of West Africa. So Côte d'Ivoire, we've heard Peter talk about it. And I think, I commonly, coming back and talking about my experiences there, it's an incredible city. You've got a burgeoning middle class. It's a real energy, and that's all the way across. I mean, my time in Ouagadougou and so forth. West Africa, I think sometimes in Western Australia, in Australia, you have sometimes a view that it's still developing. But man, these countries, these are getting on towards mega cities with wealth and experienced professionals. and you're seeing, you know, as you travel around the countryside, you've got good services and opportunities. It's so easy to go and explore here. You drive along roads, you're talking on your mobile phone. It's great, and you can see there are 8 operating mines that have just been developed, over 1 million ounces of gold production, and a great network there. So what we're up to, you know, look, it's a very simple strategy, you know, targeting Birmingham greenstones, working in areas proximal to where you've got gold production and so forth, leveraging the artisanal workers where they are as well. So it's, you know, as you can see, we've got the BM project, which is a joint venture farming in. We've also pegged 4 areas as well. And yeah, look, it's really exciting to think about what's on offer here. And we are also looking for new ground as well. So there will be more developments and more news flow coming on that. So this is our first project. We've got, as you can see there, 7 targets with over 2 kilometre strike length of 100 ppb gold in soil anomalism. It's also some extensive, or as Kagan likes to say, some massive artisanal workings there as well. So really easy to get to. You know, there's a very reasonable town right beside with good accommodation. We've already got some the resources you need in terms of being able to store our core and so forth. Really simple deal. We're really excited to get on the ground and you know, kick this work off, starting drilling in October. You can see some of the workings there as well. So that always takes away a lot of the risk when you can see that people have been actively there, putting in that human capital and you know, taking out some gold. So very simple. What we did at what Kagan did at Abajar, drilling underneath artisanal workings. We'll be doing that with diamond core. So we'll be able to extract a lot of geological information as well to help us vector in on these targets. And the key as well, you saw there was a lot of targets there to go after in the first pass. So you've got, not everything's going to work, but a key here is having a very cheap cost of exploration. So, you know, definitely I think one of the keys, and I did touch onto it earlier, is, you know, we're providing opportunities for jobs. It's the same as investment in mining here in West Australia. You know, you've got that direct, the professional opportunities, and also semi-skilled labour as well. You know, I feel very, very proud to be involved in the exploration and mining industry and the opportunities and that we can do by working collaboratively with local communities and also government to provide meaningful, well-paying jobs and skills that set people up for life. So this is our secret sauce. You know, apart from Kagan, is, you know, he put together, and I think others have tried it and it's worked very well, but I think, as you can see from the numbers there, we're able to take it to the next level at Tietto. Drilled over 350,000 metres of diamond core, saving the shareholders of Tietto, you know, I think conservatively over $40 million, and that was assuming a like-for-like at about $150 contractor rate. So this is why we're really excited about the opportunity, because you have to drill these targets and test them. As I said, that's not always going to work, but when you're onto it, the last thing you want to do is be running out of money. So this is the real key. It allows you to break that cycle of, I wish I had some more money. You know, the savings are incredible. And I think with the portfolio we've got, there's going to be an incredible amount of news flow coming out. And the goal here really is, Kagan said, targeting resources by the end of next year. So, you know, it's a very ambitious timeline for a private company, but, you know, we believe that we can go and do this. So why invest? Kagan was very modest, didn't want to have that photo, but look, you've got to show in the success, the excitement we had when we first saw that gold bar that was poured at Abajar. You know, it was an incredible moment. Not many people get to be part of it, and it's been an absolute privilege. And also, you know, when we saw all of the team that was involved in there sharing that excitement, and it's been fantastic to see that company going forward. But the key there, experience, it's very important to have management that has a track record. So when you're assessing and you're looking at it's a smorgasbord of opportunity out there. You know, you've got to pick winners a little bit like a horse race. So it's great to know that the horse has got a little bit of form. Knowledge, over 10 years in West Africa, working through Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Niger. You know, look, we're playing to our strengths. We've built up deep networks there, And we're really excited to be able to build on the trust that we've developed. And that's one of the keys, I think, as well, is being able to trust management when investors there are putting their funds into the ground, making sure that you're caring about their investments. You treat it like it's your own money. If you can travel economy class, you do it. All those little things that help to go together to make sure that you're putting the dollars in the ground. It's really exciting. I think one of the other things is, commitment. We love our job, and we're committed to do the long hours or the hard yards. Look, it's a joy to be able to be part of this. So I love that little slide there. We're hunters. We give up bird because we love gold. Our feet are naked. Our thought is rich. Lemelia, the best. If you want to talk to us, we're around. There's an email. Thank you very much for your time.